started to call in sick. How do you think it was going to go? Ever since they found that voodoo doll, right around that time till now, we're getting the information from very credible sources that a lot of them are calling in sick to work, complaints of headache, nauseated feelings, unexplained, they can't, they're just in an illusion, state of mind, discombobulated. That's how it is. See, what it is the people in Louisiana, right? The natives down there, they formed a bond with the Hispanic Latino community and the immigrants that's down there. They have a bond going because those immigrants that are down there, they helped to build that city back up to what it is today. With blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of labor they put into that city. So, of course, they feel used, okay, that now, after rebuilding the city, okay, from Katrina, you remember Katrina, that destroyed the entire, down there in Louisiana. A lot of immigrants are still down there working on that city, helped to rebuild it. And now ICE is chasing them around. That's what you signed up for. So the voodoo doll, you're pretty lucky you found that one. There's a lot more voodoo dolls around that area. Where they found that voodoo doll, a lot more is down there, okay? You just don't see them. So all the people are saying, they're complaining, they're not showing up to work. They're just feeling sick. That's all. Maybe they'll come back to work, okay? Yeah, that's how it is, man. What do you think it was going to get down there? What do you think was going to happen down there? It's Louisiana. That's what you sign up for. Take what you get. Peace.
So I just want to take a moment as a current resident of the state of Louisiana and say, I know that most of us have seen that ICE is currently in Louisiana, down in the New Orleans area. And I really feel bad for the ICE agents because the voodoo doll that was found in Uptown, dressed as an ICE agent, a lot of ICE agents have started calling in sick, headaches, stomach problems, etc., etc. But can we just go after their leader? It's not the agents. They're just doing their job. They literally are being forced to do this. And a lot of them don't want to be. I don't know that from experience. I haven't talked to any. I don't know any. But that's just what my gut's saying. But if we go after their leader, not only do we take down all the agents, we take down the motherfucker that's sending them here. So everyone down in the New Orleans area, I'm not even going to tell you to quit targeting the agents. I just feel like if we take down the leader, Bruja does a lot. Bruja. Santeria. It, hoodoo, voodoo, all the priestesses, especially.
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are doing great. Now, a city in Louisiana, I'm talking about New Orleans. There are some news that, are really interesting. Although I don't like talking about some topics, but I think it's important if we give it some, some light. Because look, people are done. People are tired with ICE agents. Now, in what is seen as a comic or what is seen as a little bit of comedy, because people are reporting that ICE agents who used to go to New Orleans, the ICE agents who used to go in New Orleans, because people, the natives in those places are tired because they've worked so much hard to build the city, right, in the Louisiana. But the ICE agents want to disturb their peace. And now they decided, what can we do about this? They said that we are going to be teaching these people some lesson. You understand, they performed a voodoo, and the voodoo had an image of an ICE agent, a police wearing those uniform like an ICE agent. And then there was a sharp metal in them. Allegedly, the same day, the same week, majority of those ICE agents who were sent in those places were calling in sick. Some confused, didn't know what to do. But at the end of the day, do you think that was the best way to deal with the situation? Do you think the ICE agent deserved what they deserved? If you think they deserved, please like the video. Because I understand what people who live in Louisiana go through. Because you can't be making a place for a long time and then somebody wants to disrupt your peace. Somebody now understands and knows that you don't belong there, that you belong to a different place in a different country. So brothers and sisters, in as much as there is a mixed reaction, I totally support what these people do. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing they can do to protect themselves. They are not killing anybody, but they're just punishing these people. And I think this works well. So let's watch the video. I'll be back.
Papa Legba. I know a little about a little. Let's just say that as someone who also knows how to work their magic, I can understand and I can support it. Let's go after number one. Okay.
Listen, there's a reason I need to stay about this internet, but did y'all hear about that voodoo doll that was found in New Orleans? ICE is like, listen, we not with it. We got people coming up sick. We got people coming up scared. And I'm like, y'all playing with Louisiana. They got that witchcraft. They got some vampires. They got all that stuff. Of course, you gotta say allegedly, but they got all that stuff. And now ICE is like, listen, you know what? We're gonna calm down. We're gonna stop taking immigrants away from Louisiana and New Orleans because y'all ain't playing. They literally put that thing in the street and they put pins all in the voodoo doll and people are being affected. I'm like, I ain't playing with it. But I'm like, you keep playing with these people, they finna play with you back. Ooh, this is a mess. This is the mess I'm here for.
Now this is how you supposed to use your spiritual gifts. I'm impressed. ICE voodoo doll found in uptown New Orleans. I love this. This is how you use your spiritual gifts. All of you little fake people claiming to be voodoo priestess and shit on here on TikTok. And then I see how you make your puppets and they look like bullshit. And then I look at this puppet. This puppet is bound. It's pinned. It's pinned in the groin, in the root chakra. It's pinned everywhere. Look at this. Pins in the eyes. Pins in the nose, the mouth. Oh my gosh. This is magnificent. Even the feet, the hands. Oh my God. And then it's not missing me that the bindings is around the throat. Oh, magnifique. Magnifique.
ICE decided to go to Louisiana, to New Orleans, aka New Orleans, and they found this. Oh, look at that. Watch this video, and I'll be right back.
The Attorney General says a voodoo doll made to look like an ICE agent was found in New Orleans in an uptown neighborhood. It had some folks in a fury. It's folks, you can see the photo there. It shows the felt doll tied to a tree, covered in pins, wearing ICE, with a handwritten sign above it. Now, New Orleans The authorities there have seen protests and heightened tension. They're worried about the safety of the federal agents, of course, amid the ongoing federal crackdown known as Operation Catahoula Crunch. Authorities have not said whether they are investigating this as an actual threat or just vandalism, or perhaps both. No one has been arrested just yet.
And as I was going down the rabbit hole, I saw this video calling our ancestors Papa Legba. Marie Laveau. Now they're trying to investigate a curse. What you gonna do? You can't arrest the spiritual world. After the Haitian Revolution, the only successful slave revolt in history, a lot of Haitians went to Louisiana. So Louisiana culture is very intertwined with Haitian culture. Louisiana.Voodoo is akin to Haitian voodoo. There's an energy there. Oh my God, this is too fucking funny. And the internet streets are saying that ICE is too scared to go into these neighborhoods. You better leave them alone. All I can tell you is this: Papa Legba does not play. That's all I'm gonna say.
So I was scrolling down my timeline on Facebook, and I happened to see a post that they found a ICE agent voodoo doll hanging on a tree in uptown New Orleans, Louisiana. That just show you ICE agents go to New Orleans, Louisiana, just quote, you're going to have a hex spell cast on you, which means your family members are going to be falling down like a rotten apple off a tree, which means your family members are going to be rotten to death due to what you're doing to these immigrants. For real, karma's going to come back to you and your family.
I'm over here damnly in tears. My eyes is watering from laughing so damn hard. A lot of y'all ain't gonna like this, but it's funny. It is funny. Okay. So, I just watched a video and they didn't found a voodoo doll wrapped around a pole in New Orleans, around Magazine Street. And you know who was on that voodoo doll? Hold on to your wigs. They made a voodoo ice doll and wrapped it around the pole. And that's not even the best part. The best part is they have pins on their They got pins on the voodoo doll from the neck all the way down to the privates. And I think that means you need to get the fuck out of here. Because bitch, if I see a voodoo doll of me on a pole, whether you believe in that shit or not, bitch, I'm out of here. Because what did y'all expect? These people not playing around with y'all. Y'all already almost got trampled down when y'all was, I forgot what state they was in. They was in another southern state. And it was like, they was not backing down, baby. They was about to get on ICE ass. They wasn't scared. And then y'all come down here where there's magic and voodoo. Bitch, what did you expect? Go on ahead and pack up your guns and your shit and get the fuck out of New Orleans. Because, matter of fact, just get out of Louisiana, baby. Keep it moving. Because, baby, they are not playing with y'all. Not the ICE agent that been made into a voodoo doll.
Well, they done made an ice doll in New Orleans. I told y'all should have left them damn people alone. I don't know why y'all took y'all crazy asses over there, especially in that city. Oh, y'all out of here. Don't look at us. We can't help you. Because you sat up there and took your crazy ass to New Orleans? New Orleans? New Orleans? Baby, you was asking for, hey, voodoo. Hey, voodoo. Because that's exactly what the fuck finna happen. That thing was pinned on the wall. And it had a ice badge thingy on it and stuff. Oh, yeah, y'all over with. It's over with. That's why we told y'all to stay y'all asses from out of New Orleans. But y'all don't want to listen. Y'all want to keep listening to this dementia-ass, uncured syphilis man. That's your problem. And now look at you. Cursed. Cursed. Cursed.
They done found a voodoo doll. An ice voodoo doll. In NOLA. The New Orleans. It's no surprise that that city is just filled with energy, negative and positive, twisted and helpful. I had the chance to go there one time. Don't mind the Christmas movie in the background. Personally, I'm very self-aware. I'm very in tune with my energies. But even if you're not like super in tune, even if you're like the basic vibes, like this vibe feels off, you can tell when you walk into that city, oh, there's something going on. And if there's any city that's going to be able to manifest anything, it's that one. Never skip Hope Corps. Go look it up. And that's just the one that people are seeing. Can you imagine what has been done behind closed doors? Can you imagine what has been done each full moon? Also, it's no surprise. It's obviously politics and money and greed. But there is a spiritual warfare going on. And there's no doubt about it. Because pushing down Christianity to be the nation's religion after it was founded on freedom of religion, that's spiritual warfare. While everyone has a right to practice what they want, the government is wanting to install one religion. So NOLA doing what they're doing is just retaliation. It's just protection, because you're not about to take away human rights and the freedom to practice whatever the hell you want. Thank you,
New Orleans. You guys down there have made my day. Have made my day. ICE agents, when y'all applied for this job, did y'all know that y'all were gonna be cursed? Not just cursed. They have made a voodoo doll out of every person that works for ICE. You don't understand how serious this is. Here pretty soon, you're gonna be crawling like a rat, sliding like a snake, oinking like a pig. You're not gonna know what the hell happened to you. Whew. I love y'all, New Orleans, Louisiana. I've always wanted to come down there and visit. Ooh, honey. And y'all send some of y'all people to every one of these states in the United States, please. I wonder if anybody has made voodoo dolls of this administration. Ay, Dios mío. Ya ven, mi gente? People are coming out of the woodwork to help my people. Thank y'all so much. And start looking for this sliding on the ground like snakes, oinking like pigs, and running like rats. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. Karma is I love it. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, New Orleans, Louisiana. Thank you, you guys have outdone yourselves. Thank you for protecting los Mexicanos and Latinos. Thank you so much. I finally see hope. Ooh. You guys have done yourselves, so adios.
People in New Orleans were using voodoo dolls to target the ICE agents that were there. I literally saw a picture of a voodoo doll that was dressed up as an ICE agent, and it was attached to a pole with a bunch of pins in it. And I don't even know why they would think it would be okay to go to New Orleans and do their ICE activities and basically kidnap people off the streets and separate families and cause the chaos that they've been causing everywhere else. And my thing is, I feel like the ICE agents are actually aware that voodoo is being done, and I do think that is getting to them. I feel like they internally feel like, oh, that actually has some energy behind it and they're doing voodoo. That's probably not gonna turn out the best for ICE agents because the voodoo doll is dressed as an ICE agent. Like, y'all know what it is. I don't know why the government thought it was okay to send these agents into New Orleans knowing the magic that they practice and the voodoo that they can do. You know what I mean? And that's clearly being shown now. Like the fact that they literally were like, no, ICE isn't about to do what they usually do here. And they literally got a voodoo doll, dressed it up as an ICE agent, put it on a pole and stuck pins in it. And who knows what else is going on with that. You know, I'm just going to let them do what they need to do. But I don't know why they even tried to mess with New Orleans. They should have just stayed away. But also at the same time, the fact that they didn't also, you know, might shift things. I can see that actually shifting some things around. So, you know, we will see. It looks like the story is just going along as it should be. But the fact that they went to New Orleans with all that magic and voodoo, and they just thought that that was going to be their mission and it was going to be 1, 2, 3 done. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That's insane. For real.
Listen, New Orleans was not fucking around. Not the fact that the latest news right now about the voodoo doll that has been found in New Orleans because of ICE agents with the stuff stabbed into the voodoo doll. Now there's ashes that was put behind the hotel they were staying in. And so I cannot see what happens next because this is getting juicy.
The ICE operations that are taking place inside of New Orleans, Louisiana, coined Catahoula Crunch, have entered into a new area of controversy. And this controversy has sparked conversation even up to the highest offices in Louisiana. And that is this voodoo doll. It was found tethered to a street pole in a New Orleans neighborhood. And officials have now opened investigations. This story has gone viral as of this morning all across America, and it will probably even gain traction overseas. So, what are we talking about here? Well, this voodoo doll, a replica of an ICE agent, tied to a street pole. It has a lot of pins in it. This is what officials are saying a threat to ICE agents, and no arrests have been made. But as I said, it's reached the top officials in the state. Now, this is Republican Attorney General Liz Murrell, and she was quoted as saying, when pro-immigration individuals have resorted to making voodoo dolls, they are definitely losing the argument. So, they are viable, Ms. Murrell, from your response. So, should ICE officials be in fear? And who is to be arrested and charged for a doll?
Hey, hear me out. They took down my last video, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. So apparently, from what I have seen in a news report, New Orleans has taken matters into their own witchcraft hands when it comes to dealing with ICE. They are literally putting voodoo dolls that look like little icemen around the city. And they're also doing banishing spells behind certain places like hotels, motels, and stuff like that. The immigrants, they're protecting them from deportation. I don't know much about New Orleans. I've been on it once, loved it, loved the spirit of the city. However, I'm just curious to know, like, why are y'all using y'all witchcraft now? Why are you using your witchcraft now when we obviously have a problem when it comes to the immigration in our country right now? You have no idea of who is in your city. And this is proof, because if you knew who was in your city, you would never have had to worry about the sleeper cell that ran over innocent people on Bourbon Street. Did you all forget about that? Thing is that, like, I get it if that's what y'all want to do and that's how y'all want to go about things. This was the wrong time to use it. Y'all could have pulled that spiritual bag out a long damn time ago. Why not pull out the spiritual bag to fix the 10% of black unemployment in New Orleans? Why didn't y'all pull out witchcraft and do y'all little spiritual stuff when it came to Katrina? Why didn't y'all, where was y'all spiritual? Where was y'all witches at then? Could it be because they wasn't there? Could it be because you have some new people in your city right now are only using witchcraft to benefit them and not to benefit the 59% of black people that are in New Orleans? Y'all make up most of the population, but y'all using y'all spiritual gifts to help out some motherfuckers who wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire. I'm confused. Is this like a new hate that you all have for Republicans and a new love that you have for Democrats? Because y'all only been voting red since 2011. I just find it funny because it's giving switch. It's a lot of that's happening in the South I'm seeing. See, a lot of y'all Republicans are Dixiecrats. That's who y'all got down there. And aside from Kennedy, I love me some Kennedy. Y'all voting in a lot of Dixiecrats. Y'all ain't been Republican that long. So why do you all hate Republicans so much? Why are y'all not seeing that a lot of the policies that they're putting in place for your city is not benefiting the black population? at all. I don't understand it. I don't understand. And I hope you all know. If you think for a second that it ain't no witches on MAGA's side, y'all crazy. See, this really ignited the fire, because I don't even think a lot of people was even realizing that y'all was actually doing witchcraft on the Trump administration and us MAGA folk. They've been doing witchcraft on us too. Not New Orleans, just the people on the left. They've been doing witchcraft on all of us. Baby, you can't fuck with us. First of all, we got God on our side. Y'all don't think that we all spiritually protected from the bullshit that y'all are putting on us? How about, like, Trump administration, just let New Orleans figure their own shit out. Just leave them be. Don't even go help them. If they're going to be pulling out witchcraft and shit.
Boy, I done got some of that F around and find out, because they done stepped their little butts into Nolans, and you got to be really dumb to go into Nolans and try to do any kind of operations against that city, because, I mean, I know we all seen this already, but they starting to call in sick. They starting to call off work because they're complaining of having headaches. They're saying that they're discombobulated. They're saying that they have nausea. They have like all these different symptoms going on, but they stepped down into New Orleans and they went down there trying to run raids on the immigrants down there. And them immigrants are the ones that rebuilt that city after the floods. So, they not finna let them just come in there and start messing with them folks like that. Like, come on, man. But if they wasn't scared, they need to be scared. And it sure is funny because, they talk about all that voodoo, hoodoo, and it's not real and all that stuff. But I don't know. How you feeling about it now? Looking kind of real to me, so. Y'all done went to the wrong place. Man, I ain't listening. I ain't got nothing to do with this because, but I guarantee you they found this one, but there's more where that came from. So they might want to step back up out of New Orleans. They might want to rethink this one because this ain't going to be nothing nice for them. That's kind of funny though. But anyway, that's what happens when you go mess around with them Creoles and them Cajuns. You don't know what you're stepping into. So, yeah. That's funny.
Y'all remember when I told y'all ICE was headed to New Orleans? Well, this is the voodoo doll that was found. Now, I can tell you right now by looking at that thing, a white person made that voodoo doll, because a black voodoo practitioner, an actual voodoo practitioner, would have gathered some hair. We know to use real hair. Now, the color of the doll isn't the problem. We would have used hair. We wouldn't have used felt. We would have used real cloth. I'm not going to knock it. Again, it's about the intent. This is one of the few times when white people do voodoo that we allow it. That we will allow it. Now, next time, instead of doing a voodoo doll, do some Santeria, because Santeria is more closely connected to Latin Americans. Not that the voodoo is not going to work, but I'm saying the voodoo magic tied to that doll isn't going to be as strong as we all want it to be. Although it is working, you have people quitting in record numbers. You have people coming up missing, which means there's a gator with a very full belly right now. And never fuck with Cajuns either. I know that they're white, but fucking with a Cajun is like fucking with somebody in the woods in Appalachia. Just so you know, you don't want to. They own shrimp boats. They catch gators for fun. Just, you don't fuck with people who live in a goddamn swamp is essentially what I'm telling you. And when you do a voodoo doll, you want to use cloth, you want to use real hair, you want to get some sort of bodily fluids from at least one of those ICE agents. That one's going to do the job. Trust me, it's going to do the job. It's just going to take a little bit longer because that person doesn't have the proper ancestry. And if you don't have the proper ancestry, next time go to the Botanica and get you somebody who's Latin American so they could do that Santeria. If you are not one of us, and you're Latin American and you're trying to help your people, Santa Muerte is the person that you want. But I didn't tell you that. You ain't hear that from me.
when we said ICE is not to disrupt the people here in New Orleans coming here with that bullshit. Because if you're not hearing it yet, there are voodoo dolls being seen around town. There's 2 surfacing right now, but from my understanding, there are quite a few more. As well as me just finding out behind 2 of the hotels that they're staying in. They found a little bowl, I think it was black or red or something like that, with ash that was burnt inside of it. What it means, I have no fucking idea. But I will tell you this, from my understanding, there are quite a few ICE agents that haven't been on duty for the last 2 or 3 days now. The shit is real. Now, I was also told to let my Spanish community know one thing. Whether this works or not, I don't know because I've never done it, but I was told this since they know I have a platform. Red peppers, dried out, put it in your shoes. You can thank me later if this is real. But it was told to me by a reliable person, believe me, a very reliable person. ICE coming here has met their match. Now I'm going to tell all the people outside New Orleans, 1-800-ICE-VOODOO. If you want them buckets to leave y'all alone, take a visit to New Orleans. Meet up with some of our people and take it back down there. This shit with ICE, they know. New Orleans was not the place to fuck around and find out.
So brothers and sisters, these served as a lesson that you don't interfere with people's peace. You don't understand the history of this city. Somebody said that don't mess with New Orleans. They've worked to build what they have, but you want to take it. So it doesn't make sense anymore. So, in as much as we are seeing similarities in what Black people used to do, because we also have magic that we used to do generally to solve problems, to hide from impending danger. And I'm proud that we are seeing people that are using their gifted talents to at least secure, to have peace, to secure their spaces, to do all these things, right? Somebody's saying that Louisiana has 64 parishes, and you can best believe that voodoo is implemented in all listed parishes. Not are all engaged, but would you be surprised of the citizens who do? Be careful how you handle people. Louisiana people are good as gold, but don't F-A-F-O. So somebody said that lady with the pink hair, you're right, go after the leader. But what are you talking about? Some of them are being forced to be ICE agents. Nobody is forcing them. Somebody saying that I'm from New Orleans but raised in Northwest Louisiana. The entire state of Louisiana is on a ley line. Spiritual activities cover the whole state from witches, vampires, werewolves, UFOs, spirits, voodoo, hoodoo, and anything else. They messed around and find out the LOA are real. The shadow men are real. Some of the citizens in New Orleans are rumored to not even be human. So, New Orleans ain't playing with them. They ain't playing. Louisiana is spiritually powerful. No kidding. I don't mess with it. I pay it with all mad respect. Somebody's saying that it's been too late to close that door to the spiritual realm. They hear and they are up. No matter how much you scream, rest in peace, they will forever be rest in their power. Somebody said that they volunteered to be ICE agents. Good. They are getting what they deserve. Call for Trump to be impeached. I'm trying to look for a comment here. Okay. Somebody is saying that the tragedy is still all the 72,000 detained and all the missing from generations of harm. Power to love, guided by our ancestors and the spirits of the land, and the dream of the people to be protected and reunited for our greatest good and healing of Mother Earth and global family. Thank you for protecting our neighbors and extended families. So somebody else is saying that voodoo and Odu is no joke. People claim melanated Aboriginal Indians and African descendant Americans have no culture. Well, both of those are an aspect of our spiritual science knowledge. Folks can play with it they want. They'll FAFO for sure. They don't need to be in every state in the USA, including the spiritual energy in non-local. So, the curse is upon the entire agency. Whatever they are, not just no period. Right? Somebody saying that, okay, there's just something that I'm seeing in the comment section. Everyone is confirming that anything that you're seeing happening in Louisiana is true. There exist the supernatural powers. They have all this magic that they can do to harm you if you come to them, especially if you have bad intentions. So please let me know if you live in New Orleans, especially New Orleans in Louisiana. Confirm with me in the comment section. How is everything back there? Right? Until then, I'm your host and present H-Tech Stories. Let me see you in my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salam.